Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's good to have you back in this episode of the City Work Stand. I trust you're being blessed. So we'll continue where we stopped in the last episode. Still on the topic, the righteousness you need. There is a kind of righteousness you need, to relate with God, to be accepted by God. And we started looking at Jesus making this statement, and he said that anyone who breaks one of the least of these commandments shall be called the least. But whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Then he said, for that means the statement is making now, it's based on his previous statement. So now he says, for I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses or exceeds that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly also you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven. Now Jesus Christ said a whole lot. I think that's in the book of Matthew 23 about the teachers of the law. You see the woes. He said, woe unto you Pharisees, and he began to mention the kind of life they are living. Now, I told you that Jesus Christ said, for, which means this is sitting on his previous statement that whoever, breaks or teaches, people to break the commands of God, they are called least in the kingdom of heaven. And I said the kingdom of heaven has to do with, the kingdom of God on earth, plus how we are transitioned, our preparation in transitioning, to reign with God, in everlasting life, right? And so Jesus Christ is tying that previous statement to, the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, because they have an attitude, of not doing or practicing, the commands of God. Now, they have a sense of righteousness, and the sense of righteousness they have is that they believe they sit in the seat of Moses, and because of that, they believe, they are the true people of God. They believe they are the first citizen, of God. They believe they sit in Moses' seat, and they have this kind of self-righteousness that they display and they manifest. So Jesus is saying, except your righteousness exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. You cannot be accepted into the family of God. You cannot be, accepted, as, a people of God. So you need a righteousness that exceeds self-righteousness. Now, I know some people say, oh, I've been to Jerusalem. Going to Jerusalem is not going to earn you salvation. Then say, oh, I'm a good person, I'm a good person. I'm even better than some Christians. Oh, awesome. It's good. But, being good, will not, get you acceptable into the family of God. Getting into the family of God is beyond, being good. Getting into the family of God is beyond going to, religious places. It's beyond visiting sites. There are some people that even visit, they boast of visiting the place Jesus Christ was crucified. But Jesus Christ is no longer on the cross. Jesus Christ is no longer in the tomb. If you had visited the tomb of Jesus, good for you, awesome. It brings memories, but it's not what's going to save you, because Jesus Christ is no longer in the tomb. The Jesus Christ we know now is a resurrected Jesus who sits at the right hand of God in heavenly realms. Wow, awesome. So visiting sites, going to sites, religious sites, it's not going to, get you accepted. Just like the same way these Pharisees, they sit in the seat of Moses. It's not enough to get them, accepted. And upon all that, Jesus Christ gave a lot of things about it. He said, woe unto them, blind, leading the blind. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees. You love to sit in high places. Woe unto you. You pay, tithe of mint and the rest, but you leave, the most important matters of judgment, of righteousness, you know, all these things. So they were doing. In fact, Jesus Christ at a point in time said, you can, because they sit in the seat of Moses, you can listen to what they say because they bring you the teachings of God, but don't do what they do because their righteousness is not in God. Their righteousness is in the fact that we are first class, Israelites. We are people who God recognizes. We sit in the seat of Moses. So they move about with long robes, expecting, respect from the people. So they are trying to base their acceptance on the fact that they sit on the seat of Moses and they sit, they represent, God. But that's not enough. There is a righteousness that, God is expecting. And Jesus says that that righteousness must exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees. So the righteousness God is expecting from you is more than being a good person. The righteousness God is expecting from you is more than visiting religious sites. Why all those things are good? They are not going to save you. They are not going to save you. Isn't that wholesome? Wholesome. Wholesome. In the next episode, I'm going to be talking about some of the things the Lord stated and that Jesus Christ had to, revisit, and he heightened, the requirements for righteousness. That if you are going to, another thing you should know is that the scribes, they believe they are the keeper of, the laws, that they know the laws, you see, and Jesus Christ in the later verses established that, you see, whatever the law even told, tells you to do, it's not enough. The law is only managing you. The righteous standard of God is more than what you have even seen in the law. And you know how tough it is for people to fulfill all those, laws, each and every one of them. But Jesus Christ came and heightened the standard so that you will know that you cannot be righteous in yourself. You cannot, approach God with your self-righteousness. There is a kind of righteousness that must exceed the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees that you need. And very soon as we proceed, you are going to understand and realize what this righteousness is. God bless you. Thank you for joining us in this beautiful episode of the City Walk Stand. Don't forget to like this video if it really blesses you, and comment. Put it on the comment section. I was blessed. Then most importantly, be an evangelist. Share with somebody. You might not have the opportunity to go on the street to evangelize or to do what I'm doing right now, but you can actually share on your groups, your prayer groups, your family and friends. God bless you and see you in the next episode of the City Walk Stand. Bye.